G'day, welcome to my channel. Today I'm here in lovely Phillip Island and I've been op shopping, so I thought maybe you'd like to see what I have bought. So last time I was in Phillip Island I went to 3 op shops and I really liked them all, but my favourite I think was Rotary. So I thought I'd start there today and see what I could find. What I was looking for mainly today was Cottagecore. So I've been into Cottagecore a little bit. I've been getting into it and I'm getting a bit obsessed with it. I mostly want to make things, so I'm going to show you a few of the things that I have bought. So firstly, I've got this lovely sort of golden and brown floral, large floral material, and there's quite a fair bit here. There's about 2.5 meters, so I can probably make something pretty cool out of that. Feels like it's some kind of cotton. The next one is a gorgeous blue rose floral. So isn't that pretty? There's about 1.5 meters, so I could probably get a dress out of that one. Now there's this one as well, which is a bit bolder than I'm normally used to doing, with all the different colours and the flower size and all of that. But I thought, I'll give that one a go, see what I can come up with. And this more dainty green floral print as well. Really pretty, with a little bit of yellow in it too. So these all feel like cottons. These two are probably definitely cotton. This one's probably got polyester in it. That one might have as well. I'm not too sure, but they all look and feel nice. And of course, because I've bought them at the op shop, they're all secondhand. So if I can, I prefer to get materials secondhand. And there seems to be a lot available in the kinds of things that I'm looking for. So that's amazing. And I'm really happy that I've been able to find these things. Op shops are a great place to buy haberdashery as well, and a lot of that can be used as materials for dresses and dressmaking. So I did pick up a few things. The first one is this gorgeous floral tablecloth, and it feels like cotton and it's been beautifully worn. I think it's probably vintage, this one. I'm really excited about getting it. I love the floral, I love the colours. Yeah, it's really pretty, so I don't know what I'm going to make with it yet, but we'll come up with something. The next thing I got was some pillowcases. These are quite foofy and girly, which I really like. So they're very lacy and there's ribbon threaded through it as well. They definitely feel like cotton. So I was excited to pick these up, and I'll have to think about what I want to use them for. I'd like to make something out of them, but what that will be, I'm not too sure yet. Now I also found these 3 single pillowcases, and they're all in these orange tones. So the first one I spotted was the floral, beautiful apricots and tangerines and a bit of gold, but it is only 1 pillowcase, so there's not a lot I could do with that. I could probably make a little top, but I thought I'd pick up, the next one I saw was this bright orange, and I do have some other fabric that I might pair that with, but otherwise it'll pair really well with this floral too. And then I found a single apricot one, so I think those colours together are just gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. So with this much material I could probably make something pretty good. I got a few other things as well to help me with my sewing and knitting projects. So first of all, I got these zippers. So I saw the tangerine one first and thought that's great because I know that I'm going to be making an orange dress. There's a couple of orange or dresses with orange in them that I'm going to be doing. I'll definitely be able to use that. And I also got this one which is golden brown. So they're both invisible zippers, so they'll be great for the dresses that I'll make. I just picked up this polycotton binding. It's always good to pick up little bits and pieces in the basic colours that you're probably going to use all the time. So looks like there's a couple of meters there. So that should be useful for some of my sewing projects. I also found this pretty lace. The only thing with buying laces at the op shops is they're often in plastic and often sealed up so that you can't actually touch and feel. I suspect this lace is made from polyester, but it's still pretty, and there's 85 centimeters there, so I should be able to find a purpose for that. I noticed they had quite a few bobbins for the sewing machine, so I usually can't resist picking up one or two of those, actually 4 in this case, just so that I've got extras for my machine and so that I can do like have different colours on hand so that I don't have to be changing bobbin colours all the time. So, and a little bit of bonus cotton there as well in some basic colours that I know I'll use. And for my knitting projects, I've bought some yellow knitting needles. Now, I bought the yellow ones because they're nice and bright colour. I'm planning on doing some knitting tutorials on the channel, and I think that'll show up well on the camera against the yarns that I'll be using. I've just noticed though that these aren't actually a pair, and I'm not even sure that they're the same size. They do look about the same width, but they might be out by 1. Yeah, now that I'm looking at them, they may not be a pair, but that's okay. As I said, I'm sort of using it for demonstration purposes, so I think the colour will come up well on the camera. I also bought these sort of tortoiseshell ones. I know my mum likes using these, but they are sort of breakable, so I thought I might pick some up in case she'd like them, or I could try using them. And again, like it's something maybe pretty for the camera as well if I'm doing knitting tutorials with that. And the last thing that I bought from Rotary was this partially made lace. So someone's done a lace making project and they've left some of it behind. So what they've been making looks really pretty and feels nice. I think it's probably proper cotton. Yep, this is cotton made in Brazil. I'll be able to hopefully one day learn lace making and make use of this. So they were partially through this particular piece of lace, and that looks really pretty as well. So I wonder if I can work out how it's done so that I can finish that off. But if not, I might just use the cotton. I can probably use the lace that's been made for something and then use the cotton to make lace myself, and I've got some needles in there as well. So a project for another time. So that's everything that I got from the Rotary shop. More than I thought I'd get because I had such a good run last time. I sort of thought I'll probably come here and not find much this time, but that wasn't the case at all. Oh yes, there was one more thing I found at Rotary. I'd put it in the other bag, so I forgot about that was from Rotary, but it's this. I am really loving Cottagecore at the moment. I think I'm going to get more into it than less, and I've bought this beautiful knitted Cottagecore jumper or sweater. It is wool, it's pure wool, and I couldn't resist it. So it needs a bit of cleaning up and a bit of depilling, but it fits pretty well and it's got that really cozy vibe, and winter's coming in Australia, so yeah, I had to pick that one up. It's also got a little bit of a floral motif on the back, which is awesome. I don't usually pick up knitwear because I knit and I really don't need any more jumpers, but yeah, just the cottagecore thing, I couldn't resist. Alright, so after I left there, I went to the Salvation Army. And I did quite well there too, but by the time I bought all that stuff from Rotary, I was almost hoping that I wouldn't find anything else because, you know, enough is enough. But I bought, I'm sort of looking for tins because I want to reorganize my sewing supplies and separate things out. So yeah, I'm just looking for some nice tins to put different things in. So I found this one, which again goes a little bit with the cottagecore theme. Just an old tea tin, so in a nice shape, and I think that'll go really well in my sewing space. I'm restarting up sewing, and so I've just been accumulating materials and things, you know, buttons and zips and all sorts of stuff that I'm getting from the op shops, and now I really need to start to sort them, but I want to do it in a, you know, in a nice aesthetic way. So I'm trying to collect things that will go together and create a nice space for my sewing. Well, the first thing I found when I walked in the store is this belt. So I haven't taken the price sticker off yet, but it's basically a rose buckle here. Try and get that in focus. Yeah, just like a elastic belt in this beautiful dark apricot, which is going to go super well with some of the clothes that I'll be making. So I'm looking forward to wearing that with some of my cottagecore style clothing. So also from the Salvation Army store, I was really excited to find these vintage patterns, which look like they're from the 70s. So I think, yeah, this is 1975. So I particularly like the pants. I think the same person probably donated most of these, if not all of these. They're all pretty much the same size except one of them. And unfortunately they're not my size, but I thought, you know, I really like the pieces, so I'm just going to resize the patterns, learn how to do that and just do it. So we've got these pants, we've got this dress. I've been looking at sort of pinafore style dresses, so that one should be good. Got this jumpsuit. You know, jumpsuits are pretty in style at the moment, so it'd be fun to do one of those. A pinafore style dress here. This one's a 60s one, so that should be fun as well. Again, this is kind of like a button-down shirt dress, so I might have a go at that at some stage. And another button-down dress, but without a collar. And this one should actually fit me, so I'm pretty happy with that. This is a pleated skirt. Always love a pleated skirt, and I wouldn't mind having a go at making one. So that's what I got from the Salvo. St. Vinny's was the last one that I went to, and I got just a few things there. So I got this wool, so I'm really just looking for single balls of wool in bright, vibrant colours that I can use for demonstration purposes in my knitting tutorials that I'm going to be doing. I just picked up this one. I've picked up 3 more sets of knitting needles there. So they had some good ones. They had these really thin ones, which are metal. I really like the metal ones for the thin so that they don't break. They do bend though. I'm currently knitting in a very small gauge and the needles are way bent out of shape. But they still work. If they were plastic, they'd be gone. These I bought because they had this wooden look. I actually thought they were wooden, but now I'm thinking they're probably just plastic made to look wooden. But anyway, that's okay. And lastly, and probably the most boring thing that I bought, but a really good thing to get if you're at an op shop and you're doing dressmaking. I really love lining all my clothes. Well, I love when my clothes are lined. So when I'm making dresses, as much as possible, I'm going to try and line them. So I just bought some basic sort of off-white fitted sheets. Oh, there's one fitted and one flat sheet. So that's a set. I actually thought it was just a single and maybe some pillowcases. But no, it's a sheet set. They don't look like exactly the same colour. They might be a pair and maybe they've worn differently. But either way, they're going to be really great for doing linings for my dresses. So that's pretty much why I've bought them. Yeah, so it's good to have those in your stash just so that you can use them whenever. So that is the haul. It's a pretty big one. I normally wouldn't buy quite that much anymore. I used to. I do try to be quite discerning about what I buy at the op shop, knowing that I'm not going to be coming back here for a while. You know, sometimes when you see things, you just have to grab them. And if it turns out that I don't use it all, then it'll be donated back and then somebody else can find it and make something out of it. But yeah, I really do feel like I want to make something out of all of that stuff. So yeah, it can be hard to, you know, not get things when they're really good prices and, you know, you're not going to be back. So if you don't get them then and there, you're kind of not going to be able to get them. I often regret not getting things, but yeah, we'll see what happens. If I can't get through the projects, then they'll eventually get donated back to the charities. So I hope you liked this video, and it would be good to know like what were your favorite items that I got today. And if you'd like to leave a comment and let me know, that would be amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.